Okay, I guess this is how it goes now. Yesterday I had a $300 sales day, which is good for me, especially lately. And then today I sold one drum head for $23 or something like that. And it seems it's almost nine now. The chances of more sales coming in tonight seem pretty low. So let's see, $23.99 for a drum head. So I'll pack that up. It's essentially already packed. If I made this video tonight, it would take like 10 seconds. So I'm going to show you some. I have a few new items that I was working on drafts for my eBay shop for inventory. So I have been being pretty responsible and not spending a lot of time shopping because it's like 1 hour of shopping I find enough decent inventory to make like 12 hours worth of work listing and photographing and cleaning and preparing items to get listed in my shop. So I'm just trying to get rid of some of the inventory that I have sitting around here in my death pile. And this stuff I'm going to show you now is from garage sale weekend, I think 3 weeks ago now. So I'm just getting to this tonight, and I've got, I don't know, 6 or 8 items here that are going to be ready to take photos of and get listed. So I'll show you what I've got and how much I paid for it and everything like that. So, okay. So this weekend was, this was like I said, it was like 3 weekends ago. It was a community, like a citywide yard sale, garage sale. There weren't really that many sales, and there wasn't really an incredible amount of stuff that was worth buying. And the first sale I went to, there was almost nothing there, but I did find these. They're little melamine. This is a cup and a bowl, like a small kid's cereal bowl. They're Disney. They have Mickey Mouse on here, Donald Duck, Pluto, the whole gang. They're all in like Western gear. So I don't know. I don't see a date on here. No. But they're made by Zach Designs, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that, probably not. I have sold this kind of stuff before, this Zach Design stuff. Specifically, what I sold was like what I remember was a set of small soldiers, little dinner plates. These, I paid $1 for the two of these. I think it's probably worth like 19 to $25. I'm going to start it at, I think I'm going to list it at 21 or 22 and see if somebody will bite at that amount. This isn't the stuff I get real excited about, but this is a cute little set and it's nostalgic for somebody. Okay, right after I left that sale, I went next door to the neighbor's house and there was almost nothing there. It was mostly like baby clothes and children's clothes. But I picked up this. It's a Kellogg cereal. I don't know what this would. I don't think this would have been a toy prize, so I don't know where this would have been distributed. But it's got Tony the Tiger, Toucan Sam. What's this guy? The frog. Is his name Ribbit? And then on this side, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. And it says the Tony Mobile on it. Well, there's a website on the back, TonyMobile.com. So I don't know what this is about, but again, I paid $1 for this. I think it's probably like there was some that sold for like 16, but there are a lot listed right now that are like between $8 and $12. So I'm going to list this one $9.99 and just see if I can't move it quickly. One of the very last sales I went to that day, it was just kind of a group of older folks sitting around, and they didn't seem really that excited about having customers, or they just really seemed like they were sitting out at the sale just to hang out and chat. So I was shopping around a little bit, couldn't find much. I did eventually stumble upon a toolbox, and there probably was more stuff in that box that I could have been digging through and trying to find. But like I said, they didn't seem that excited about having a customer. So I picked up these vintage Craftsman, these like red, white, and blue screwdrivers. I think they might be called master screwdrivers. I'm not sure. But they're all straight screwdrivers, no Phillips or anything like that. I think that this little tiny stubby one might be the one that is sought after, because maybe this one gets lost easiest. If you want to complete your set, you might need to find a stubby. This one's real weird. It has a big handle and then a short little actual screwdriver part of it. Anyway, there's 6 of them here. I paid $5 for the 6 of these. This one is like they call it a screw holder, where it has this. I don't know if you can see this. It has this little thing on here that grabs. Can you see it? It grabs the screw and holds it to the driver, so you don't have to hold it with your fingers. This one I don't see any listed, so I don't know what these are going to be worth, but I think maybe a little bit more than I thought when I picked them up. So I saw somebody that had a set. This is 6. Somebody had a set of 9. They sold it for $65. So I'm going to try selling this. I'm going to just put it like $50 and see if that's a reasonable amount. I don't know if it is or not. Most of the ones that I see sold are either like individual one screwdriver for $4 or $5, $6, $10, or like big full sets of like 16, 20 sealed, or with the roll that you would store it in, tool roll. I don't know. Some of those are selling for like $150, $200, but I'm going to try to get 50 for these. If I can't get it, I'll just move on and try something else, change the price. Okay, at that same place, I got this Lufkin tape measure. I think it might be called an engineer's tape measure. I'm not sure. It's a vintage one. I think they still make these pretty much exactly the same, so that doesn't bode well for vintage prices going up. If they make the exact same thing now, why would you buy an old one? And I think this is a company that's known for quality. They just been making the same thing in the exact same manner for decades. Anyway, I paid $1 for this. I thought I was going to get the guy to throw it in with those screwdrivers, but you know, he wasn't going for it. I said, can I get these screwdrivers for $5? And he said, sure. And then I said, will you throw in this tape measure? And he's like, how about another $1? So I paid $1 for it. I feel like right now I might be lucky to get 12 for this. But I'll take 12 if I can get it. So we'll try to get it and see what happens. What's next? Okay, this is a set of Lord of the Rings books. These are in Polish. So I don't know. I did just recently sell a Polish edition of The Hobbit. It wasn't the same as this. It was a different paperback, older edition, I think. I can't find any of these, this exact same edition, having sold in the last 3 years. There's a number, 15 or 20 Polish versions of the Lord of the Rings that have sold, but not this exact edition. This one is from 2001. The most recent one I saw sold would look very similar, but they were black. And then as I looked closer, they were paperbacks. And that set, I think it was from the 90s, sold for like $86 or something, maybe $66. I can't remember for sure, but I can't even remember what I decided to do with these. Since I couldn't find any, but I just had that one set to go on, I'm kind of basing my price around that set. And I put it at $55.99. So if I can get that for it, I'll be happy. I paid $1 a piece for these, so $3. If I can turn that into $55, I'll take that. I would take that any day of the week. Okay, then I got a bunch of these. I think these are like paranormal romance books. There's not that many, maybe 7. They're all by the same authors, and it's all the same series. It's called House of Night, the series. And I got a few hardcover ones with dust jackets and a few paperback ones. I got these for free. They were just in a giveaway pile, so I got these for free. I think this whole set, I think the whole series is 12 books, and if I had all 12 of them, I might be able to get like $120 or $150 for these, but this set is not complete, and it's a weird mix of paperback and hardcover, so that's not great. One of the dust jackets has a tear on it, so that's not great either. I still think I can get 45. I probably could get more. I probably could get 50 or 55 for these, but I'm going to just put it at 45 and try to get them out of here quickly. So hopefully those will sell fast and I won't have to worry about it again. Okay, then I got this whole box of books. I might have talked about these before. These I've had ready to go for a little while. I just have to take pictures, and I'm going to do that tonight and get them done. It's Wilbur Smith. This is the guy who wrote A Sound of Thunder. Is it The Sound of Thunder or A Sound of Thunder? I'm not sure. That's like a classic time travel story where people are going back in time to hunt dinosaurs, and they're not supposed to step off the path, otherwise they could change history forever. And one of the characters does step off the path and steps on a butterfly, and then when they come back to the future, everything is totally different. So that's where the phrase "the butterfly effect" comes from. Maybe not. That's one of the places where the phrase "butterfly effect" comes from. But there's I think there's 22 books here. I think I can get 75 to 100 for these paperbacks. So I'm gonna get these posted. I'm gonna get photos taken of these tonight and get them scheduled and get them posted as soon as possible. So that's it. That's everything that I have fully ready to go that I haven't showed you before. And maybe I did show you those. I can't remember for sure. But keep your eyes peeled in my eBay shop if you're interested in any of these items. They'll be popping up here in the next week or two, and I would be happy to have a viewer buy some of this stuff from my shop. Right now, I'm going to go grab that one drum head and get it packed up and just get it shipped out of here, and then we're going to call it a night. So hang on for 1 second. Original, animal skin, but it's not. It's whatever they make drum heads out of. I don't know what it is exactly. Plastic or mylar or something. Anyway, it's called Skin Tone, made by Remo. I still have a lot of these drum heads from, I've told the story at least 6 times, but is a drum and bugle company that was cleaning out a storage unit and they wanted to get rid of a bunch of drum heads. So I probably got, I can't even tell you if I got 400 drum heads, 200 drum heads. I got a lot. Anyway, I listed them and I started listing them anyway. I listed a bunch. They were moving very quickly. And then I was thinking, there's no way I'm going to be able to make this many listings of these individual drum heads. So I started doing lots of 3 or lots of 4 of the exact same model number or whatever. And those are just not selling. So I might have to rethink that deal and go back to the drawing board and change those listings. But I don't really want to. It's quite a few listings and I don't want to have to edit them all. And I still probably have 200, at least, I'm sure there's at least 100 drum heads that I have not listed yet. That I need to get those ready to go. So anyway, I did end all of those. I did end all those drum head listings and relisted them today. And then I got one sale out of it. So I don't know, people always say you have to end and relist, end and sell similar. This is a way to get stuff to move. I haven't had luck with that in the past. And so I would say I've turned my nose up at the idea of doing that. But the other day I ended with all these Craftsman sockets. I had a ton of them and I ended all of those listings and relisted those. And that was 35 listings. And I didn't sell any of those sockets, but that day was one of my bigger sales days in recent history. I think I sold 9 items in one day. So I thought maybe there is something to this idea. This computer shut down again, so I'm trying to get it started back up again. If anybody wants to come and replace a computer fan for me, that's my next project, I guess. Try to get this computer up and running again. Anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, so yeah, I relisted all those sockets and I'd had a pretty good sales day. So I've been doing quite a few, trying to do 25 or 30 relists in the last few days to see if that will help bring my sales back up. But obviously it didn't work today. This is the only sale of the day, and it's, $25, $23 drum head. This is disappointing. No, that's to say the least. Have one good day and think, okay, well, now we're back on track. We're gonna get our daily average sales back up again, and then the next day just have one item that only sells for that small amount of money. So we're probably gonna make $18 today, maybe, after fees and everything. Let's get this done quickly and then we'll find out exactly how much we made today and if it was worth it. I mean, spoiler alert, it was not worth it. It's not worth it to make only $22 a day, but if you can make a few $100s one day and $20 the next day, it should average out over time, but it seems like we're trending towards slow days more than good, strong days, especially this month. So I'm doing everything I can. I've got sales on in my shop right now, 20% off anything that is over 90 days old. So some of those older items, try to get them to move. I am doing those relistings. I'm sending out lots of offers all the time. Even on the sale items, I've been sending offers. Okay, today is Tuesday. I'm gonna add these 3 sales from yesterday to the tally board really quickly. So that's Monday. 1, 2, 3, that's done. Back to this package. Let me mark this off as done. And then right now, total profit for today is about $28. Let's get this package. Let's get this labeled purchased, and then we'll find out how much we're gonna make on it. Why is it over 1 pound? It's 1 pound, 1 ounce, which is close enough to 1 pound. I'm gonna have to open this and take some of that paper out. I need this thing to be under 1 pound. Otherwise the shipping is gonna, on a day like this, I need to be making I need to be cutting corners as much as I can to make the profit. So I'm gonna pull a little bit of this paper out and try to get this down to 1 pound instead of 1 pound, 1 ounce. I probably could just say it's 1 pound. I think that I've heard people saying they just put the same weight on every package they ship out, and then they just deal with it later if they get a adjustment to their label, which I guess is not a bad idea. You know, if they're gonna catch, how many are they gonna catch? What percentage? If you're sending out every package saying it's 5 ounces, no matter how big it actually is, they're gonna catch some of them. They're gonna catch most of them probably, but some of them are gonna get through. And I guess this is like a pretty underhanded way of cheating the post office, which is already struggling due to political reasons, in my opinion. But I probably could have just put 1 pound on this without taking that paper out, and it would have been just fine. Just actually, like, you know, I hear a lot of people talking about these postal adjustments after the fact. They get charged more money. That does happen to me sometimes. I've had a few sales where I bought a label, and then 2 weeks later I get a message from eBay saying the post office decided that you owe them $4 more or $6 more or whatever. But just as often I get the opposite, where they say I overpaid and they're giving me back money. I would be surprised. I would not be surprised if I've made more money back than I have had to pay out. In fact, I just got one today that was, let me look at this. This was the story about one of my buyers named Susan. So I think she's probably watching this right now. So hi, Susan. I had accidentally shipped her the wrong package, and she shipped it on to the proper customer for me. Very nice of her to do that. And then she said, maybe you can pay me back by giving me a discount on these pantyhose. So I just sent her the pantyhose for free. And I thought, this has just cost me $3 for trying to repay someone who's being nice to me. And then today I got a message that I overpaid on that package. And so that deal only cost me $1.13. So I try to be nice and repay a kindness, and I did it with only $1.13. So I guess I didn't do too much for her. Really, it cost me $1.13 for her to really go out of her way and ship this package out for another customer. Okay, that's down to 1 pound now. This is gonna be 17 by 17 by 2. I'm gonna buy this since I only have one package, I'm just gonna buy the label on my phone. I think from now on, if I ever have more than one package, I'll do it on the computer, because it's very easy to mess this up when you're buying multiple packages on the phone. That's how I messed up the package that I accidentally sent to Susan. Okay, this drum head the package cost $5.91, so we're down to $21.91 profit for today. That's a bad day, and there's been a lot of days like that this month, so hopefully another sale or 2 or 3 come in tonight, but I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm not even going to, I'm going to print the label and get this package all done off camera, so The moral of the story is $21.91 today. That gives us an average profit. That drops our average profit per day this month down to $87.13. Not good enough. That number has to be, I mean, I feel good. I feel good about the day sales if it's over $100, but I really need it to be closer to 150 in order to reach the goals that I'm going for this year. So 87.13 average sale price. I mean, average profit per day this month. Not great. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. Take a look in my shop for some of those new items, and I'll see you tomorrow.